come on in and join us.
We're going where the trade winds blow today with Moon Soaps.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop here. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why, come on in the live chat and meet the Whiff Pack, a cool group of folks hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you too.
They would. And for our mention today, we have a scent here from Dua that Marcus would like to talk about.
Y'all, I started my Dua adventure with this one because Calvin Klein's Obsession was the cologne I know the best. I wore it for a decade during the 80s and 90s. And I didn't really like this one. It doesn't really smell much like it to me. And what's heartbreaking is that I could walk into any barbershop in Richmond during the 90s and buy a spot-on roll-on of the oil itself for $8. So I was thinking, what's going on here? And then I realized, wait a minute. Each dupe house, I think, if they are worth their salt and they've gotten kind of bigger, like Dossier, Dua, Barrett, I think they craft their own blends. I don't think they buy them from a catalog. And this is the proof. Because it's not that identical fingerprint of Obsession that everybody else was getting right. They had to craft this and build it a new way with their own oils. And I can tell, kind of if I back up, that that's what they were shooting for. But I love that I don't like this, because it means when I do smell the caramelized banana sundae, they built that from scratch. Mm-hmm. When I do find that lost cherry of theirs that I love, they built it from scratch. So that's what I like. These dupe houses don't all have common sense from a catalog. Mm-hmm. Much like the wet shaving world, they make their own. So even though I don't like this, I love this. And I bet I'm going to come to appreciate
a different side of it.
What they've made of it. What do you think of this?
I don't know how much I dug in there.
I didn't let you.
Yeah, he's like, this is wrong. There's nothing in it that's pokey to me, though. I don't know if I get what you're saying, because it smells familiar to me. Right. So maybe it's more the edge of what you get when you walk by someone wearing it versus like it's straight up. But it's a fun, like powdery kind of green vibe that I'm getting here.
And my mom liked it on me, and I said, oh, there's a female version. And she went out, bought it, and wore it all the time, which made us basically Lucille and Buster Blue. And what is our soap today?
We finally have another soap. I think this is our 9th one from Moon Soaps. This is Tradewinds.
And they only have 11, y'all. Sometimes we say we will do this show until we run out of Moon Soaps, but who knows? Mysteries and wonders lie ahead. Let's meet this one. All right, y'all, from the sales page at moonsoaps.com.
Tradewinds is a wonderfully bright and crisp summertime scent with retro-inspired label artwork that pays tribute to the tiki bar scene of the 50s and 60s. This was a time when old Hollywood charm mixed with the Polynesian nostalgia and gave the working man a chance to step out of the mundane and into the exotic.
I love that. Y'all, Exotical was the name of a store in Downey, California that my grandmother owned and ran with her daughter, Helen. I didn't know that because my mom was adopted. I didn't find that side of my family until about 8 years ago, and sadly, they had died. Yeah. But I scoured the internet, and I found one shirt from Peg's Tiki Talks. Her name was Peggy Mance when she passed away. It even has her little hand-sewn label in the back, and she sold tiki and Polynesian clothes and goods and accoutrements. So I love that this soap is a little homage to my maternal grandma, and that you can wear her shirt on this episode. With scent notes of Caribbean bay leaf, warm tobacco, cedarwood, a touch of bergamot, and a zap of key lime, come along with us for an adventure today when we take this one out of the box. All right, y'all, so full disclosure, Zach and Melody have become very good friends of ours over the last couple of years, to the extent that they have offered anything in their inventory for us to review for free, and we flat out deny them, and we buy it ourselves without them looking. So we bought this from Zach and Melody, but they still sent us, they sent us a card. What does it say?
Melody's cute little writing. We got this at Christmas, but we've been stalling to open it so we could wait and have this episode.
I think she threw in a soap bar. Y'all, this is their cookie butter. This is their cookie butter. We are almost out of this. It's on the sink right now. It is so good. What is she?
It's a Merry Christmas card. So it's Christmas in April.
There you go.
Hello, Sarah. Wishing you and Marcus a very Merry Christmas. Warmest regards. Aww, Melody and Zach.
Well, we couldn't really do this in the winter time, y'all. It's Tradewinds. We got it for summer. Oh, Velvet Fig. Hold on. We got to smell this one.
I've been waiting to open
this one. You love your fig scents. What's it smell like?
Oh, I'm actually happier to have this more for springtime. I'm glad I didn't use this during winter.
Oh, that's nice. The lighter side of the fig.
Yeah.
Look at this. Y'all, the way Melody packs these when you buy them from Moon Soaps and her shipping, the best rates in the business. They are representing the wet shaving community at our wedding, so stay tuned for some videos.
Woo, it's even better than in the picture.
Oh! And I am reminded that this label is designed to look like a drink coaster at a tiki bar, and you can even see where somebody has set their glass. So, y'all, mysteries and wonders await us today. We got this from Zach and Melody, and we had to sneak this from past year so they wouldn't know. These are the perfect friends, and we are headed off to an island equatorial adventure today. Let's have a first impression. All we know are there are some new surprises coming from Moon Soaps for the summer. We have no idea anything beyond that, but keep your ear to the ground, or here on our show, we will keep you updated. I kind of want you to do the first impression. I'm having a little bit of anxiety.
Oh, boy.
Well, it's a Moon Soap. We love them so much. All right, time to meet a new friend. Take it in, see what you get.
I just want to stare at the label. It's got so many fun little trinkets and little layers. Like, that you can see the ring of the cup. And then the little parrot guy. I'm too distracted to even smell it.
I love that it's kind of done by layering colors, like an old lithograph would be. Very cool. All right, take it in, see what you get. Moon Soaps, the Rolls Royce of the wet shaving world. Y'all, look at this presentation. Oh, okay, here we go. Is it a Zach or a Melody scent? What are you getting?
I don't know. It's more the place to me. Like, at the beginning, I'm brought into the tiki bar itself.
Yeah?
Then I get more of the citrusy side. And it's interesting. I'm a total bay rum girl. Like, that's where I go immediately. And the bay in here is just a little kind of a secret. It is not the first thing that I get.
Right. I don't know much about this, except Zach said it is not a bay rum. So there you go.
Okay. The citrus part is subtle. It's not crazy gourmandy citrus,
right.
But it makes me smile. I can't help it. It does have just like a vacation-y kind of vibe that hits me right away. I don't know how that's happening. It's not quite aquatic or anything,
right? But
there's something in it that helps me know that I'm just supposed to hang out and relax, and there's fun music playing, and we're all having a great time.
Is it citrus on the tree or in your glass?
Please hold. I think it's in nose whiff distance. Like, it's in front of me. So maybe it is, I don't know if I have a fruit salad or it's part of the drink action or something, but it's freshly cut right in front of me. It has a lighter side to it, and I think it's more, what you see at a tiki bar, that lighter colored woodsy side.
Right.
Like, there's something in that zone that I'm really getting.
I don't know if teak wood is where tiki bars get their name.
Right?
But we're just going to assume that.
We spent a lot of time watching this dude and how he gets hired to make very cool tiki bars, and it's like a lost art, and it's his thing that he does. It takes a while. It's on the lighter side, but it kind of just feels like we're in a secret tiki bar.
Oh, Trader Sam's at Disneyland?
Yeah, it's fun. It's not overwhelmingly sweet and fruity. Like, I would say Santa Cruz is more fruity to me off the puck than this one. So it's more subtle about how they're sneaking them in there. Like, there is kind of like a vintagey feeling, and I don't know how that's happening.
Does it smell like the shirt?
Maybe.
So if somebody like me wanted to annoy you and ask you, what does this smell like? What would you tell them?
I would say a light spiced wood with some herbs and a little fruit around.
Hey, sounds like a tiki bar to me.
That's what I got.
All right. It is time for me to get to know a new friend. Here we go. Taking in the Tradewinds. Oh, this is so beloved by so many of my friends.
I just love the label. I just want to stare at it.
Here we go. Oh, beautiful, light, mellow, creamy. On top of the creamy descends into the fruitiness for me. I don't even quite get the woods yet. Oh, this is lovely. What a vibe.
Right, it is a vibe scent.
I'm even kind of getting a little bit of plaster from the walls. Oh, hold on.
Like it's its own little time capsule or something.
Oh, something beautiful and a little bit sunlight like clay or plaster is at the very beginning of this. but that's what lets me know I am in a tiki bar. Yeah, little drink on the bar, little toothpick in it with an umbrella on it maybe, and some citrus in there, and then something else a little sweet. Maybe even a tiny lactonic. I mean, it's way over there. But I'm sensing it's a little bit more than just a citrus juice drink. Ooh. Oh, and here's what's nice. The bay, you have to look for it. You have to pick up a flashlight and go, wait a minute, is there bay in this? But as soon as your nose discovers it, it is at the most perfect intensity. There was one that we covered a couple of weeks ago, and the bay hit me after about 5 minutes. But as soon as I found it, that was kind of all I could find. And that's all I talked about the rest of the episode. Because for me, it was turned up a little too high for me to sense the other ingredients as much as I would have wanted. But it's the other way around here. The bay is being used perfectly for the other scents to kind of sit on. Yo, so I can find it, but once I find it, I don't get lost in it, if that makes sense.
It's like the drier side of the bay, too, somehow.
Right.
More the herby side.
Oh, and then I start climbing up. Something starts getting sweet, and the citrus kind of becomes a floral in a way that I've not experienced, because when I started the whiff, I was going, okay, this is citrus. And then at the end of the whiff, my body went, okay, this is floral. And then my body went, wait, how'd it get from one to the other? Not Los Angeles tiki bars. Much more when I have been on like San Martin or something on the Disney boat, and you will walk up to what looks like a hut.
I'm with you, though. That's the vibe I'm getting. Like, I can see the texture of the leaves that are part of the bar.
That's just it. And not beachy. I can't really see the beach from here, but yo, that's what Santa Cruz is for. You can smell the sand. It's warm.
Yeah, this you're inside the bar. We don't have our feet in the sand at this bar.
And then just a beautiful sense of the fresh air wafting through. The other cool thing about those huts that I visited, they don't really have things like walls. They don't. They have like posts.
Yeah.
And that's it. And I'm like, how do you close this place when you close? And they're like, close? I mean, we go home, but people can still come here. It's a magical place. You know how sometimes if somebody will paint a painting of like an island beach resort, it's way too busy. When you look at it, you're like, my God, I can hardly even relax. Look at everything going on. Sometimes those island tropical scents are kind of like that for me, even more in the EDP world, like that citrus one you just got from Dua. So much going on that it so has to prove where you are that you find yourself in a cartoon caricature version of the place, not the real place. But there was one Bahama trip where I had a serious writing project I had to get done while I was on that boat, and I would find little, remote, out-of-the-way places where none of the other tourists went to just sit and talk to the bartender and write my little thing. And this is what that smelled like. Because this was a place the locals went. It was not covered with decorations from Amazon or blow-up palm trees or anything like that. It was a real place where people just came to relax and be together. That is what they've captured here. Nothing caricature, nothing cartoony. This was that real sense of being a little bit inland at somebody's little family bar and restaurant and just talking to them about why the tourists spend so much money.
I think there's just, I can sense the quiet, the calm, where normally that wouldn't be part of it, you know?
So
like, I can hear there's music in the background, but it's not like oomph speakers in my head. It's a very different way to vacation.
And once again, she can say in 10 seconds what takes me 3 minutes to say. I found a quiet place on that island.
Yeah, when you wanted to write. Like, it all connects. It's in here. It's still fun, but it's a different way of stepping away to vacation.
Yeah, I found my own corner of that island, not the Margaritaville one. My own little beach hut with my new little friend behind the bar. That's what that smells like.
I have to say, I just took a whiff and I got more key lime happening.
Oh, that's
I forgot it was in there.
A zap of key lime.
I got the zap. Smell for the zap. It's funny. What are the odds? We actually had key lime pie last night with our Gotsa first birthday.
I still have some in the fridge. I didn't give him all of it.
I didn't even know that was a scent note, but that was oddly fitting.
And if you ever go to Key West, Florida, on like a cruise ship, right across the plaza where they drop you off is this beautiful little restaurant where they have frozen, fresh key lime pie dipped in chocolate on a stick. Y'all, that's why I'm fat. I waited until the cruise ship was about to leave. I think I had 9. There's a picture of me on the wall.
I don't think I'd judge you for that. That sounds amazing.
And why don't we look at the scent notes while we show you the glory of a moon-soaked lather? Y'all, while Zach and Melody do make some of the most extraordinary brushes in the business, and while we do have a couple of them, I couldn't resist busting out my tiki brush from Craig at Opus Brush for this episode, and I'm sure Zach and Melody will forgive me. All right, these are our bougie sticks from Amazon.com, and Sarah is going to scoop out a little bit of this soap. Now, it's kind of like the butter on our counter. Usually, it's very soft.
This one actually has more
a little
give.
harder. It's been cured a little longer. Well, since Christmas. Tiny bubbles in the wine.
We are at the bar.
All right, as I'm doing my final mix here, why don't you take us back through these scent notes? We'll talk about what we found here. So we're starting with
Caribbean bay leaf. Very specific. It's the Caribbean one, which there's a different kind of dried herby vibe happening.
Yeah.
We have warm tobacco. Now that I read that.
Okay, hold on. Pipe tobacco, cured leaf tobacco, tobacco smoke. What are we talking about here? What are you getting?
Oh, I think less cured, more like the dried leaf.
Yeah.
Maybe?
It is. For me, it's a little bit of like a humidor sense. But again, when I went to the Bahamas, there were a ton of those like walk-in cigar places because you could actually get Cuban cigars. Were they worth it? Yeah, kind of. They're really good.
Maybe when we get to the splash, I'll spend more time digging for that one because I'm curious to see how it sets in here. But it's right next to the cedar wood, which I think is that part that's telling us it's the bar, the lighter kind of, not teak wood, but cedar wood.
And I think part of the charm is the intensity, y'all. This is only about a 3 or a 4 out of 10, but if it were any more, you'd have to change it. These notes are subtle by nature. We just got a dupe, speaking of Dua, of commodity milk. Well, y'all, those kind of lactonics are not strong scents. They never can be. But Aqua Velva, you put that on, and I put my shirt through the laundry, that's the only scent where I still get a little of it after the tide has had its way with it. But those are particularly sticky, loud scent notes. These are not. So I love this intensity because you can jump in and explore them without having to change them.
And then here's our touch of bergamot and a zap of key lime.
This is really one of the first soaps we've got that smell like a celebrity in a suit has walked by me. Do you get that? In my show business career, I have had the honor of shaking hands with a few pretty insanely famous people, and they smell amazing. And here's the thing. They smell subtle. They don't smell like a Ventus. They smell like things like this. They smell like their own thing, like where they have been that day. And it is just charming and beautiful. That's this.
Yeah, there's nothing I would change to turn up or down. Like scent-wise, it presents itself the way it's supposed to somehow to your nose.
And the bay is almost starting with the tobacco on the bottom and then meeting with the florals on the top. So I think that's why I can find it if I want to, but it's not being like, hi, I'm bay. No, it's beautiful.
Yeah, trust me, I'm the one that notices the bay first. And that was something that I almost noticed last in my whiff.
The farthest thing from a bay rum. A bay rum uses like bass notes with the bay. These are top notes. This is your tenor, your contra-tenor. All right, y'all, this is something you will only find here on the Barbershop Duet. This is Will Gilligan Ever Get Off the Island With? On 3, 1, 2. Oh, that's lovely. This is a little bit more subtle, but it's a little bit more real. And some of these scent notes spread out and get a little louder in the mix.
I actually feel like I'm excited to get to the splash. Like, these are a great teaser. There's every part of this I want to spend more time with, but I do feel like pretty soon we're going to have to dive into that splash.
You don't have to convince me. Let's take this a little deeper.
So before we bust out the splash, we have to show you this wonderful lather.
Y'all, look at the grooves at the bottom of this bowl. You can't, you say? You know why? And y'all, we are only the second biggest Moon Soap fans in the world because we have it on good authority that no frills shaving, that's right, the Whiff Pack's own bear, Bjorn, is a little bit even bigger of a Moon Soap's fan than we are. And I don't know if he has this one. We might have to get him a Whiff Pack. The way the bay meets the florals almost becomes a pineapple, if I can paint a picture for you.
I would agree. It's not in here, and it doesn't get quite that sweet, but that would be what my brain, I guess maybe just the tropical vacation vibe, wants to throw it in there.
And y'all, super brave to have a little bit of that clay plaster note in there, but without it, it wouldn't be a vibe. Without it, it wouldn't be the building. Without it, it wouldn't transport you into some other place, because what my nose tells me when I smell this isn't who are you with. It's where are you?
Agreed, completely.
And I want you to stay. And y'all, we don't do shaving here in the Barbershop Duet, but we thought you might like to see what it looks like when this amazing formula coats your face.
Are you happy you haven't shaved yet today?
That's why I didn't shave yet today. Would you like to try?
My turn.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I forgot this brush has such a nice splay happening here. Okay. Oh, a nice padded slickness. Okay. Tradewinds uses our tropical tallow formula, the same base recipe in Havana. We haven't had that one yet.
Oh, this is glorious. Are you getting these whiffs from the lather on your face? And y'all, when you step back and this is on your face, the notes come together in kind of a new way. I'm sensing this as a new kind of personality that I don't want to dive into the scent notes and figure out what they are.
I just want to close my eyes and pretend I'm at the tiki bar.
Well, if we're going to try the splash, we better get this off our faces. Zach and Melody live not too far away from us here on the west coast of California, and this soap was lightly inspired by a restaurant that is here in Emeryville, California, called Trader Vic's. This is what it looks like. It's a traditional tiki bar restaurant. It is where the Mai Tai was invented. The martini invented 20 miles in the other direction in Martinez. They named the town after it. I have only been there once or twice, but it really does whisk you away as this is about to do. All right, would you like to try some of this? Here it comes. Oh, beautiful skin foodie. All right, here we go. Chin chin. Oh,
see? I figured this would happen.
Whoa.
Coming to life.
Y'all, this is taking me away like Calgon.
And it's totally different than Santa Cruz. Like, I get the
country
summertime, but it's
right.
the complete different experience of summer.
This is in a tiki bar, inland, away from the beach. You're getting the breeze through the trees that are not near the water. This is
the cedar in this is gorgeous.
Yes, that's the bar for me.
It's funny. The bay is like just the echo at the back. I almost like, the restaurant Trader Vic's is literally on the bay. So maybe it's supposed to be more of that inspiration too.
I think where Zach and Melody really have their talent is in crafting the idea of charm itself. Y'all, this is charming.
It's funny. At first I thought it was going to be a little more masculine, but no, me, that tropical little zap that they thrown in there, added in with the cedar and other stuff, like I would totally rock this too.
Is there a tiny hint of an aftershave hiding at the very end of this?
There's a vintage something. I don't know where the magic is happening. Maybe that's more where the bay leaf just disappears into making that.
Well, we have smelled a few EDPs like Beach Walk, Walking the Pier kind of thing, and it's almost like this is a realistic version of what those are trying to do.
Those ones often go like more sunscreeny or something.
Yeah, or sand or something.
Right, but this one paints like at any time. Like when you go into a tiki bar, at least the indoor ones, sometimes there isn't much daylight. It's all about the decorations and the vibe and stuff that's happening inside. This feels like that escape.
Y'all, the dark edges that are in this are meeting with the light edges of the florals and the citrus and just going click, click, click. So it's not even like this has bass notes, because the bass notes and the top notes for me keep doing this.
You know what I like about this? It has the different fruits. It doesn't have where you would think pineapple, like you said earlier, or coconut, or the ones that when you scream summer. So there's something about this I feel like you can use a lot more throughout the year, where sometimes those other ones are, you can only get a few months that you can really use them.
Let's put it this way. When I say the word tropical, you know how your brain lights up with the lightsabers, tropical fruit pack and things like that?
Pina
those
colada.
kind of things. Yeah, everything to Sunny D. Y'all, that's not this. This is the opposite of that. It's not being made with the sweet citruses, like, at all. This is taking that citrus out of the equation and giving you everything else real that would be in that place. I'm loving this.
It does hint at 50s and 60s in Hollywood and how this was part of it. And somehow that charm does come through. But it's one of those ones that can still be current now. Like, I feel like if I walked into a themed 50s, 60s kind of vibe, that's what this is encapsulating still.
And I love that my grandma was such a giant part of the tiki scene in Hollywood in the 1950s and 60s. I kind of hope she was really cool. Well, she made that shirt.
Come on.
I mean, clearly we were related. This is pretty much all I have of my grandmother. This is the plaque that sat on her desk. She was married to race car driver Johnny Mance. And when we were at Sarah's uncle's birthday party last night, he builds and designs quarter midget race cars. And so did Johnny Mance. And he gave me a Johnny Mance quarter midget race car pedal for my grandma and grandpa collection. He was my step-grandpa, but it still counts. He was the first one to win the 500 on a paved road. And then he fell asleep in the car on the way home and died. That's Grandpa. Never met these two, but I think it's kind of apropos that this is what I have of both of them.
I feel like they would have loved hanging out at the Tradewinds bar. You
bet
know,
they would.
Just saying.
She passed away in Ojai, California. In fact, Exotical, the store that she started, is still in Downey, California, and as far as I know, is still open. It was a hardware store next to her Tiki Talk place, and when she went out of business, she just gave him all of her inventory, and that's what took off.
There went the hardware store.
Right, I've reached out to the owner, but he never got back to me.
Yeah. You excited to be able to shave with this in a little bit?
I really am. I love transportive soaps, and ones that take you to a place with an actual, real, honest to God, nothing extra added. This is what the real room would smell like soaps. In our cabinet, top out at maybe 5 or 6 at most, that don't throw in anything extra and just trust your nose to whisk you away to that real place. That's what this is. It doesn't have to prove itself. Gentle, beautiful, a vacation in a tub.
Right? I'm actually very excited because we're about to go for our walk, so I'm going to throw in a little more of that splash and indulge.
Let's discover some more about this. So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be the dude that owns the hardware store in Downey, California, and you're going to be coming up on some hard times, and you got to figure out how you're going to make yourself a better living for you and your family. Well, the lady next door that owns all those crazy Tiki Talk clothes is going out of business, and she wants to know if you wouldn't mind unloading the rest of her inventory for her. But just about the time the giant Tiki craze of the late 60s then kicks into gear, he's going to get his own. So head over to moonsoaps.com where you'll find this and a ton of other stuff I want. Well, I have had my shave, y'all, with Tradewinds, an absolutely beguiling scent where Zach and Melody's noses come together. A real masculine place where you'd want to hang out all day, where the guy behind the bar is friendly and the drinks are even better. And a beautiful sense of a humid, outdoor, tropical adventure all at the same time, while being subtle enough to be a good friend on your shoulder all day. And the base, y'all, there's a reason I have referred to Moon Soaps as the Rolls-Royce of the wet shaving world from the beginning. An absolute charmer to build the lather and an absolutely safe and comfortable shave on your face. If you've never had a Moon Soap shave, you might owe it to yourself. Thank you, Zach and Melody, for this. Welcome to Messages.
So for our April giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get $25 to First Line Shave.
Yeah, y'all, and all you have to do to be eligible for this giveaway is send us an email that we sent you at thebarbershopduet.com so that we can get back to you, and then check back on our first May episode to see if it's you who are our lucky winner.
Best of luck.
After 9 of these out of 11, I still have no idea what to expect except an insane level of charm. And boy, did this pay off.
You can tell a lot of time goes into the scents to make sure that they're exactly at that right variable that's going to paint the place that we want to go visit. I can't wait. I think we have Havana left, and we have tobacco flower. Is that the other one?
And I have no idea where they might go from here. What would you like to see out of your next Moon Soap?
Ooh, I'd have to step back and look at the collection and see. All the bar soaps that she teases, any of the bar soaps that don't have a shave soap, I will gladly take in a shave soap.
Octavia, there's a cotton candy one. Are you out of your mind? That's my vote. I'm no stranger to cotton candy on my face.
Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.